Okay, so that takes सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So mantra number 3.7 to 3.10, it is one set of mantras, and the bhashyam is very little bhashyam. So let's go through the mantras and see. Atha vayum abhruvan vayau etad vijanihi kim etat yaksham iti tat iti tad abhyadhravat tam vayum abhyabadat kaha asi iti vayurva ahamasmi iti abhravit. So that's the first mantra, 3.7. So ataha, therefore, vayum abhruvan. So vayum, now vayu, as you know, vayu, Agni first went, and Agni was not able to burn that particular grass which was kept in front of the trinam, in front of the Agni. So Agni went back and reported the status that I was not able to fulfill your request of understanding what is Visheshanam is for this Yakshaha. So what did Indra say to him, to Agni? Go and find out what is this Yaksha and what is this speciality, what in total. So you have to find out everything about him. So when Agni returned back, he reported the incidents to the Indra's court. So Vayu now wakes up and he says, now I will go and find out who this Yaksha is. So Vayu abhruvan. Abhraviti means it's a verb, and Dhruvan means Vayu said, I will. Abhruvan spoke. Vayau etad vijanihi kim etad yakshamithi. So this who is Yakshaha, I will go and find out. So Vayau etad vijanihi. Vijanihi means what? To know. And kim yaksham. So who is the Yaksha? Iti. So Vayu now approached the Yakshaha. So tad abhyadhravat. So abhyadhravat means Vayu approached the Yaksha. So approaching means abhyadhravat. So Vayu approached the Yaksha. Then Tam Abhyavadat. So Abhyadhravat, Abhyavadat. So Tam means now the Yaksha. Tam is Yaksha. Abhyavadat means now spoke to Vayu. So Tam Vayu Abhyavadat. So Yaksha spoke to Vayu. What does he say? Kaha Asiti. So who Kaha Asiti? Who are you? So because when somebody comes near you and you want to know who are you. So Vayu went first, didn't speak anything. As soon as Vayu approached the Yaksha approached, said, who are you? Vayurva, I am Vayuhu. So Vayurva means that Aham Bhavam is there, Ahankara. I am Vayurva. Vayurva, Ahamasmi. So I am that Vayu. So you don't know who I am? I am that Vayu. So Vayurva means then Ahamasmi iti Abravit said. So Vayu said that I am this Vayu. Then in 3.8, Vayu elaborates, says, Matarishva va ahamismiti. So Matarishva va ahamasmi iti. So Matarishva is the another name for Vayu. Right? So Matar means space. Matar means space. And Swa means air or the wind. So Matarshva means the air or the wind which is circulating in space. It's called Matarishva. So Matari Antarikshe Swayati Vardhathe. So that which is moving around in the space and also increases in speed also. Vardhathe. It is not there in the Bhashyam. The elongation of Matarishva is Matari Antarikshe Swayati Vardhathe. So he gives another name for Vayu. So Vayurva, Matarishva, two names. Then Yaksha asks, Tasmin Tvai Kim Viryamiti. So he says, Yaksha asks, Tasmin Tvai, so what is your power? Kim Viryamiti. Viryam means what is your speciality, what is your power? Then 3.9, he replies, Api idagum sarva adadiya yadidam adadiya yad idam pritivyam ithi. So idagum sarva means what? Everything here in this universe, everything in this universe here. Adadiyaha means, Adadiya means blow, lift, hold, or move around. So the air, Vayu has got a capacity to lift anything. It's a powerful, wind blows. The wind can take the roof off also. And the wind also can take the fire also and spread also. So the wind can do a lot of damages. It's like a gale force. So the force of wind can be very catastrophic also. And the Vayu is supposed to be famous for this. It can pick up speed very quickly. That's what he says here, that Api idagum sarvam adadiya yad idam pritivyam iti. So anything in this pritivyam, he says this earth. but it is not earth. It says anything in the universe, anything which can move in the space. I can move things, I can hurl things, I can hold things, and this is my nature, this is my speciality. So the answer given for Kim Viryamiti is Apidagum Idagum Sarvam Adadiya Yat Idam Prithivya Iti. Got it? Okay. Then, so Yaksha now asks, Tasmai Trinam. So Tasmai Trinam means what? Trinam means the straw or the particular, kucha grass straw which is kept there. Nidadhau etad adastva ithi. Tasmai Trinau Nidadhau adastva ithi. So Nidadhau means had placed. Nidadhau means had placed. Nidadhati means places. Nidadhati means places. Nidadhau means placed. Then, etad adastva iti. So, you do what you can, you blow it. I kept in the straw in front of you now, you blow it. So now, what does Vayu do? Tad upapreyaya. Tad means that Vayu. That Vayu. Upapreyaya means went near. Upapreyaya. So how did it go? Sarva Javena. Very, very fast. He went very, very fast with all the mighty force which one can gather. Tatra na ashakam adhatum. So we went there. Tatra na ashaka adhatum. Means what? It was not possible. Adhatum is adastva. I told you, right? So you blow. So adhatum means it is not able to do. So na shakyatha. So we can say na shakyatha or ashakyatha. So there, when we went there very fast to blow that particular, kucha grass, he was not able to do anything. So that's why he says adhatum means he was not even able to lift one, not even move. It was not even moving anything. So he tried so many things and finally he left. He says, Saha means that Vayu, Tata Eva Nivavrittate. Nivavrittate means what? Left. So after trying everything, after failing in this attempt, he returned back. And he went to the court of Indra. Naitad ashakam vigyatum. So, naitad means I was not, nahitad, that I was not able to know. What is that? Ashakam means I was not able to know. Vigyatum, no. Yad etat yakshamiti. So, who is the yakshaha? You asked me to go and find out. I tried everything possible. I was not even able to do anything in this. So I was a total failure. So I come back to you. Okay. This is what is the mantra. So if you look at the Bhashyam on page number 20, Ataha Anantaram Vayu Abruvan. Means Anantaram means what? After the return of the Agni. So Ataha means therefore, after the return of the Agni, or when Agni failed to burn anything, Vayu Abruvan. Vayu spoke. Correct? And he stood up in the court of Indra and naturally was addressed, He Vayoho. So He Vayoho means what? Oh, Vayu, hey Vayoho, etad vijanihi. So, etad vijanihi means what? Janati means no. And vijanati means no fully. So, janati means no. And janihi means no also. And vijanihi means what? Thoroughly no. Not just say that I know this, I know this. I want you to know everything. Now, because it is like, Ravana's court, when the war is fought in Ramayana, one by one, in Ravana's court, everybody is lost. They are getting defeated by Lakshmana or by Hanuman or by Sugriva. And everybody gets up one by one. And finally Ravana says, yes, you are the person. You can go and defeat them. So then the person goes, he comes back defeated or he gets killed, another person comes. Same way, this Vayu, Agni goes first, then Agni goes and reports back, it keeps quiet. Now Vayu gets up. So when Vayu gets up, Indra addresses him as what? Hey Vayoho, etad vijanihi, ityadi saman arthaha purvena. So as discussed before, or as I told Agni before, you also go and find out in full what exactly is this Yaksha. So, he Vayoho etad vijanihi ityadi samanarthaha purvena. So, may you know fully about this Yaksha. Are you able to follow? Okay. Then, Vanad, Ghamanad, Gandhanadva, Vayuhu. So, he now gives example of what is the Vayu, an adjective of Vayu. Right? So, the word Vayuhu comes from the word Vati, means blows. Vati or the goes or the blows. So, Vanad Vayuhu, Akashad Vayuhu. So, Vanad Vayuhu, Gamanat Vayuhu. Vati iti Vayuhu means that which blows is the wind. So, Vati means blowing and Vati iti Vayuhu. So, that which blows is called Vayuhu. So, Vati is the verb, and it says it means it something called to goes or blows or holds or lifts is Vati, that which moves around. So, Vanad Vayuhu and Gamanat Vayuhu. So, Gamanat Vayu means that which moves around. So, then Gandhanad Vayuhu. So, three adjectives are given for the word Vayu. So, Vanad Vayuhu, that which is blows, and Gamanat Vayuhu, which moves around in the Antariksha. The third is called Gandhanad Vayu. So, the Vayu itself does not smell, the one who does not smell, but the one which carries every smell. The Vayu itself does not have smell. But if anything happens in Vayu, you feel the smell. Correct? The smell, whether it is good smell or bad smell, the air is capable of, in fact, the Bhagavad Gita is Vayu Gandha Nivashaya. Correct? So just like, the air takes the wind, the smell, the same way, all the physical body also is taken Vayu Gandha Nivashaya. Okay. So Gandhanad Vayuhu. Then Matari Antarikshe Swayati iti Matarishva. Matari Antarikshe. I told you before, the Bhasham comes here. See, I told you here, there, right? Matari Antarikshe Swayati iti Patarishva. So Antariksha means that which is in the space. So Antarikshaha. So that which is moving around, or Swayatiti also means blows or moves. So Swayatiti is another adjective for Vati. So Swayatiti Matareshwa. So the definition of Matareshwa is given in this one. So if you want to know what Vayu is, Adi Shankara gives explanation of Vayu means three definitions. Vanat, Gamanat, Gandhatvat. And also Matareshwa. 4. Then Idam Sarvam Api, everything here, Idam Sarvam Api, Adadiya Grihniya means hold. So Grihniya means hold. Yad Idam Prativyam Itya Idi Samanameva. So I can hold everything here, I can blow Adadiya, I can blow everything here in this Prithvi. So the same Bhashyam is given, a very small one given. Right. So this is a Bhashyam for 3.7 to 3.10. Very small Bhashyam. Then 3.11. Ataha Indra Abruvan Magavan Vijanihi Kim Etad Yaksham Iti Ataha Indraha Indram Ataha Indram Abruvan He Magavan Tad Vijanihi Kim Etat Vijani Yakshamiti. So now Indra gets up and says, Indra Abhrabhuvan. Now he says Indra gets up now because Vayu has also come back. And is reported saying that he is not able to do anything. Right? And Hey Magavan. See, Magavan is the Bhashyam, it is there. So we can look at Magavan means greatness or prowess, or the one who is supreme is called Magavan. So the name for Indra is Magavan. So Indram is equal to Magavan. And Abruvan means all the people say, hey Indra, we have come back. So now you go and find out. And who is this Kim Etad Yakshamithi? Right. So now having been, he's the only person left now in the court. See, Indra, Vayu, Agni, they are the three superior powers. Everybody else are Upadevatas. These three have got the supreme powers. Because Agni is the one which is the transporter of all the ahutis given by the people. Right. So the Agni is the one which takes all the ahutis to the Devatas. So Agni is supposed to be very powerful. Without Agni, you cannot even, Indra will not accept anything. All the Devatas will not accept any oblations without the Agni being there. That's why in our culture, Agni Samskaram is very important. For anything and everything, or Agni Kalapidua. Whether you like it or not, or Chumma or Homoganda Machutta, Agni Kalapite, Avahana Panite, Puja Panite, then all the things submitted it as. Because the idea is that the Devatas or anyone will not accept just like that. So they need a mechanism. That's why Agni always goes up. It always, takes the oblation upstairs, up to Indras. So Agni is supposed to be the most powerful. And the Vayu is the one which actually flames or spreads the flame across. So if you want the flame to be stronger, you have to use air. Right? So without the air also, the fire also cannot hold. So air is also required. So both are important. They are both important for the Agni Karma. And Indra is the one who is the receiver of all the oblations. So Indra is the king. So when both of them are failed, naturally it becomes the prerogative of Indra to go and examine. So these people get up and tell, hey Indraha, hey Magavan, kim etad vijanihi yakshamithi. So it says, who is the yaksha? You go and find out now. We have all failed, you go and find out. What is it? Then, tatheti, tata iti, what does it do? Tad abhyadhravat. So now Indra approaches the yaksha. So Indra now goes out of the court of Indra, he goes and approaches the yaksha. As soon as he approaches the yaksha, tasmat tirodadhe iti. Immediately the yaksha disappeared. Tasmat, therefore, after as soon as he came, tirodadhe means disappeared or vanished. So in the previous two cases, when Agni came to Yaksha, Yaksha was standing there. And he was talking to him. And he says, who are you? Kim Viryamiti, Ahamasmi, Agnihi, Ahamasmi Vayuhu, all these things we talked about. And he said, you burn this, you do this. If you don't burn this, you can go back and drop all the Ahankaras of Agnihi. All the conversation between Yaksha and Agni happened. And also discussion between Vayu and Yaksha also. But when Indra goes there, the Yaksha disappears. He doesn't want to even talk to him. He doesn't even want to see him. He just disappears. So, tasmat iti tirodate. Why does the Yaksha disappear? Because Indra approached the Yaksha, or he got up from the court. Oh, you people all failed because I am something invincible. So I can go and find out who this is. I know you all failed, but I cannot fail. So I am Indra. So being Indra, I can find out anything. So he leaves his court as with Ahankaras Indra. So he leaves the court as, oh, I know everything. They say. And when you finally go there, you don't know anything, what do you feel? You feel very bad. So this Indra also had his Ahankara. So if you look at the first one, what the first mantra says, what the Devatas, they were all saying that it is our pride, it is our victory, correct? Our victory, and they were all saying, they forgot the Bhagavan's contribution there, and they were always saying that it is our own victory. So to quell or to remove that Ahankara, all this narration is happening. So finally, the Indra also now has got the Ahankara there because, oh, you people have failed, I can go and sort this out. That's why with pride, he approached the Yaksha. That's why Tasmat Tirodate. So the Yaksha disappeared without even talking to Indra. So let's look at Bhashya now. Ataha Indram Abhruvat Magavan Etat Vijanihi Ityadi Purvavat. So the Devatas asked Indra to go and find out. So Ataha Indram Abhruvat Magavan Etat Vijanihi Ityadi Purvavat. So Purvavat means as said before or as explained before. The Devatas stood up and asked Indra to go investigate. Then Indraha Parameshwaro. So Indraha now has got a view that he is Parameshwara. He is the king. Parameshwara. He says, I am the Lord of the Lords. Devatas. Correct? So Indra is the Deva of Devas. Correct? Indra Devata. Then Magavaha. See the word Magava, Magavan means the one who has got the capacity, called attribute called Magavan. Bhagavan. So Magavaha, Magavan when you say here, Magavaha talks about the quality. So the strength, Viryam, prowess is called Magavaha. And he gives an adjective called Balavatvat. So the adjective for Magavan, Magava is Balavatvat. So Balavatvat means the one who has got Balam. The one who has got strength or unimaginable strength is called Balavatvat. So Indra is supposed to be having a lot of strength in terms of his skills, archery, Vajrayudham, elephants, and so much of power he has got over everything. He can control even Agni and Vayu also. Varuna, everything is got control there. So he's called Balavatvat. So Tata iti, let me go. So with this view, he goes that I am Indra, let me go. Then Tad Abhyadravat. So he also approached the Yakshaha. So Tad means Tad Abhyadravat in what? He approached that Yakshaha. Tasmad Indrad Atma Samipam Gathat Tad Brahma Tirodate Tirobhutam. So Tasmat Indrad Atma Samipam means he went very close to Yakshaha. He went close to Yakshaha. But as soon as he went close to the Yakshaha, or very Atma Samipam means which very little bit closer to see what this Yaksha is. That Brahma. So the Brahma talks about here Sagunam Brahma. Okay. So Sagunaha, Saguna Ishwaraha. So Saguna Ishwaraha Brahma. Okay. Tirodate means disappear. So it just disappears. So Tirobhutam, it disappears into space. It doesn't know where he went. So it just disappears. Absconded, you can say. Right. Then Indrasya Indratvat Abhimanaha. Indrasya Indratvat Abhimanaha. Okay. So having the Abhimanam of being Indra and Indratvat Abhimanaha means what? I am the Indra and this Abhimanam is there. Or having the Abhimanam that I am Indra. So identity with that I am Indra or Ahankara is called Indrasya Indratvat Abhimanaha. And Atitaraha means excessive Abhimanaha. Atitaraha, excessive Abhimanaha. Nirakartavya. So Kartavya duty. Nirakartavya means this has to be removed. So why did the Yaksha leave the place? Because he already knew that Indra came with the Ahankara. So whenever you approach, have Ahankara, you will not be able to gain Jnana. Correct? We already know about it. You don't need to, I'm pretty sure you already know. But if you have Ahankara or Mamakaraha, in such a case, Jnana will not come to you. So you'll have to resolve the Ahankara to understand who is the Pratama knower, Jnataha. Right. So the first knower is the consciousness. And the consciousness, due to its association with the mind, gets a term called Ahankara and it continues to be the knower. And it becomes the knower. And then this knower masquerades itself as the truth. And it continues to do the activities as the Satyam. So unless we resolve this Ahankara, as understanding that the base of this Ahankara is nothing but consciousness, and Ahankara doesn't really have existence outside of consciousness, then in such a case, Ahankara is not going to affect you. That's why it says here, Indrasya Indratvat Abhimanaha. So Abhimanam is Ahankara. So if you have Abhimanam about a particular phenomenon, about a particular skill, it is called a person has got, he's so skilled person. Abhimana. Then atitaraha nirakartavya ityati ityataha. So it must be removed. Thereby, samvadaha na api. See, samvadanam api atra na adhat Brahma Indraya. So na adat means what? Did not say a word. See, adat means speaking or say something. So na adhat means he did not speak a word to Indra. Because when somebody comes with a lot of ahankara, see, I'm like this person, I'm a so great person, I know everything. So what do? You don't say anything. Because you already know a lot of things. See, if you come to the teacher and tell you that I know everything. See, now 10 years I know all these things. If the teacher trying to say something to you, all of them I know. So it's nothing you are teaching them. So if you say like this, then what does the teacher say? Oh. So he just listens. He just say anything. Or sometimes he just walk away. Oh, it's okay. So he doesn't say anything. Same way, Yakshaha, see, after when the war is fought by this, Devatas, and the power was given by the Yaksha itself, by Ishvara itself, and when same Ishvara is forgotten now due to Ahankara, then it becomes the prerogative of Ishvara to teach these people a lesson. Correct? So that is why when the person approaches Jnanam with Ahankara, Jnanam will leave. Jnanam will not come closer. Because distance between Ahankara and knowledge is very far away. So knowledge will not even come near you. Even though you try to go towards knowledge, knowledge will not come near you. Because it is two different aspects. Same way here also, the Yakshaha stands for Jnana, knowledge. And Indraha, Agni, etc. stand for Ajnanam or Ahankara. So they all had Ahankara. Indra had Atitara Ahankara. A lot of Ahankara. That's why Samvad na api. Samvadaha means what? Discussion. Samvadaha na api. Samvada matra na api. Api na adhat. Brahma Indraya. So the Brahma here talks about Saguna Brahma Ishvaraha. So he did not even want to stand there and discuss with anything at all. He just left. Disgusted or saying that how much Abhimana he has got. He has come to see me and he wants to know about me without understanding who I am, and he just walks away without saying anything. Is it clear? You got all the meanings? Okay. Now we go to 3.11. 12. 3.12. Then Saha Tasmin avakashe Shriyam Ajagama Saha Tasmin. See, avakashe is actually akashaha. So Tasmin akashe or avakashe Shriyam Ajagama Bahu Shobhamanam Haimavatim. See, Bahu Shobhamanam Umam Haimavatim. So, Saha Tasmin Avakashe Shriyam Ajagama Bahu Shobhamanam Umam Haimavatim.
Saha Tasmin Eva Akashe.
Correct. Tasmin Eva, correct. Tasmin Eva Akashe, correct. So Tasmin Eva Akashe Shriyam Ajagama Bahu Shobhamanam Umam Haimavatim. Then Tagum Hoacha. So Tagum Hoacha Kim Etat Yakshamithi. So now Indra, as you know that he is now alone now. Yaksha is gone. He is standing there in the whole of Akasha. The whole space is standing there in where he has met or seen the Yaksha, the last point. And he says, so Tasmin eva Akasha means without moving from the place. So the eva avakashe means what? Without moving. So Akasha is space. And avakashe means without moving or standing still in the place without moving anything at all. He sees Shriyam. Shriyam means what? Something shining, very beautiful. Shriyam. Shrihi denotes the wealth. Shri, the female power, the feminine power. Shri. And how is he? Ajagama. So he sees now some feminine form approaching Ajagama. Because he is now standing there doing nothing. And Indra being also very powerful, is also very, very mumukshu. He is a very, very, he's got his Purushas Nishya very clear. He knows. See, even though you may have Purushas Nishya also, sometimes you can have Ahankara. See, sometimes you can be having Ahankara because the habitual error which is coming, right, can come sometimes. So the habitual error gets corrected by what? By Shravanam, Maranam and Nidhyasana. So, Appa correction, see, it will come. You will, the class study after you go back again, the same old Korang Buddhi will come again. It will again latch on to this. And you will understand, see, I have been studying Shastram, why is this coming to me? So you again have to do Shravanam. So by repeated Shravanam, Maran Nidhyasana, this particular habitual error will be gone forever. And you will not have any more Ahankara. You will also Ahankara, you know why it is, and can manage the Ahankara. Correct. So that's why he says Ajagama, manifested. So Shriyam means one feminine form or one feminine power manifested, Ajagama. How was she? Bahu Shobhamana. Right. See, Shobha means beautiful. Shobha means beautiful. And Shobhathe means shining. Shobhamana means the one who is shining. Shobha means beautiful. Shobhate means shining. And Shobhamana means the one who was shining. And who was shining? Shriyam. And how is she? She manifested. And who was she? Uma. Her name was Uma. So Uma, Haimavati. So Uma here stands for Brahma Vidya. Uma stands for Brahma Vidya. See, we have Uma here, Brahma Vidya here. Then also called Haimavati. So Himaha, Himavati, Haimavati. So Himavati means, Hima means snow. And Vati means the one who stays, Himavati, the one who stays in the snow or the mountain of snow is called Himavati. Himavati. Also Haimavati. So Hemavati. Hemaha means gold. Okay. Hemaha means gold. And Hemakritaha means the one who is made of gold. Hemakritaha. And Hemakrita Abharana means the one who is displaying ornaments made of gold. Hemakrita Abharana. Abharanani. So here the Uma stands for the power of the Lord. As I told you, Uma is a feminine gender. And Uma stands for the Shakti. And Shakti stands for the feminine part of the whole thing. Ardhanarishwarar, when I say, Uma Maheshwaraha, when I say here what? Maheshwaraha is the Brahman. And the Maya also appears along with it. So Maya and Brahman is not separate. So Maya appears to be different because of the manifesting power of consciousness. There is no existence independently for Maya outside of consciousness. That is, Shakti cannot operate without the presence of the consciousness. Shakti needs consciousness to manifest. So here, and Uma also got power of the reality, power of consciousness. Okay. So two meanings are given here. So when this Uma approaches, or he sees Uma in the distance approaching this feminine form, power coming, he asks, Tagam Huvacha, Kim Etat Yakshamiti. So who was this Yaksha who was here, and as soon as it came, it disappeared. Who was this Yaksha? So he is approaching, he is asking this Uma, who has appeared as Dharma Vidya. Okay. Let's look at the Bhashyam. It's already 9 o'clock. Okay. We'll do the Bhashyam next class. Is it okay? Next class we'll do? Next class?
Yes, I have tuitions.
Okay. We'll do next class. Okay. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste. Shubhratri Dorosha.